Davidson.
I gotta turn my microphone so everybody can everybody hear me out there?
No.
Hello? All right. Good evening, everybody. It is 7 o'clock. We'll call this Bristol Town Council work session to order. Today is Tuesday, August 18th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Call the meeting to order. Start off with the approval of the agenda. Everybody had a chance to review the agenda.
Yes.
Any changes, corrections, or enter text here? Comments?
No.
Okay.
I don't have any text to add.
All right, we won't enter any text. Agenda stands as published. Okay, pledge of allegiance. Daddy, will you lead us tonight?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call. To my left, Doug DeSmith.
Here.
Tony Davidson.
Here.
Kathy Burke.
Here,
Greg Tuholski.
Here.
Jeff Beachy is here. Town Marshal Steve Prim.
Here.
Legal Counsel Alex Bowman.
Here.
Clerk Treasurer Kathy Antonelli.
here.
Town Manager Mike Yoder. And Fire Chief Nick Cantz.
Good evening.
And welcome to all those lovely people in the crowd tonight.
The
Okay.
most exciting
amazing,
meeting of the
isn't
year,
it?
and they're missing it.
I
The
know,
budget.
I know.
Oh, they don't care about
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm being,
this issue.
yeah, that too. All right, let's jump right into it. Mike, what do you have for us today?
Okay, we'll walk through the budget. Try and get through this in a timely manner that makes sense. So where I would like to start is with the project spreadsheet that I have for all of our projects, so we can show how we fund all of the major projects that we engage in every year. So the first time you saw this was last year, but just to remind you, across the top of the spreadsheet are all the funds from which all of these have their own individual budgets, but this is from where we pull funding for all of our road building projects, et cetera. Each of those funds have yearly expenses pulled out of there, so I note that. You'll note that this year we have 6 TIFs that we're using to help pay for hydrant rentals that reduce the hydrant rentals out of our general fund. So we're spreading that across 6 TIFs. The fire department just brought their request today, and they are holding at $900,000 for their annual contract with us. So that's spread across the south TIF and the east TIF. So the projects, I want to jump back to 26 this year. You can see that we've knocked out quite a few big projects here. These here will still Earthway to Bloomingdale, the cross trailers, we hope to get that wrapped up. I hope this month, if they will respond. Street department building, that's coming right along. They put the steel frames up yesterday and today.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, by their Sunday, it was just concrete.
Yeah, they started, I think yesterday,
Okay,
started
nice.
putting it up. The Main Street sidewalk project, we actually have 500,000 budgeted there. That gives us plenty of money to work with to pay Reith Riley for our share of the sidewalk they're doing. We're trying, I do not have a quote yet on fixing the vault or that outdoor entrance in front of the Opera House. And if you drive by there now that you have a straight curb, you can see where that sidewalk is sagging. It's kind of settled into that vault just a little bit.
Yeah.
Hope to have that quote here soon. You will be seeing additional appropriations at the next meeting. That's to cover some shortfalls in some of these TIF funds. And I'm taking the same approach next year that I took this year. If I've got a pretty good idea of what the project's going to cost, we'll insert it in the budget. But I'm also going to show you a couple other projects we may want to take a look at next year that I don't know the cost. So we'll leave those out of the budget till we get a cost. We'll see how our monies shake out the first part of the year, and I'll come back to you for an additional appropriation if you want to do that budget or do that project. Okay, so end of the we have an estimated end of the year balance that we carry over to this year. So, or for next year. So next year we'll be applying for a community crossing grant to realign Ponderosa. Last year, they said we were guaranteed to get that, so that'll be $1 million. And then the town will have to come up with 250,000. I could do, well, doesn't make any difference. Looking out to 2028, our next community crossing, we can only do this one time a year now, is what the state is. We'll be doing a mill and fill on Earthway and Rail Park. My guess is that we'll need it by then. So that'll be our community crossing project in 28, just looking out a year. Next year, we'll need to, one project we didn't get done this year, and there's just no way to get it done. When NDOT replaces Division Street from the stoplight to the railroad track, they're going to be constructing right across our water main that goes down about the center of the street. That's an asbestos concrete pipe, and my guys say there's 100% guarantee that that will leak or break at some point. So we actually have the money to get it done, but Neblock doesn't have the time to get it done, and NDOT doesn't want to stop their project for us to replace a water main. So we're going to roll the dice, and we're going to let that happen. We'll be putting laterals across at Elkhart and St. Joe Streets, because we're going to move the main one street west to Illinois Street, and we'll do that next year. So that means we'll abandon the asbestos concrete on Division and move everything to Illinois.
Which block in Illinois is that, you know?
It'll be from Main Street all the way down to probably Depot.
Okay, are they gonna be doing that at the same time that NDOT wants to pave 120 on that end of the road?
Probably, sure, why not?
Yeah,
I
no, I'm just
I don't
wondering about
know.
traffic.
Yeah, I agree.
Because from Illinois,
We wouldn't have to do it. PennDOT should be out of here by, I hope, June next year, I think. Do you remember what the schedule looks like for next year, Jill? Yeah.
because they said what, next year they're doing the west end of
Yes.
120.
Yes,
And if they do that, and Illinois butts right up against it.
yeah, it would be a mess. Well,
Yeah,
we'll figure that out. So that's something that's not funded yet because JPR has not gotten me an estimate. So I'll just leave it out of the budget for now and we'll plug that in next year. I want to go back to here because this $480,000, most of that's going to be reimbursed to us out of the SRF funding. We cashed it up front and we're getting reimbursed. That money does not show as revenue for next year. So we have an additional $500,000 that'll be coming back to us. A project that let me see. One other project that we do have to do is we'll be putting a new water main under the river. We're going down a Powell and then we're going under the river to meet up on the north side of the bridge through Condon Park. I've estimated that 450,000. That should get that done. We also have the Earthway to Bloomingdale construction budget. I've actually budgeted more than 1.6 million, but Ken Jones said that should easily cover that project as well. So that's in our budget. Here's an interesting project you may want to take a look at. This is the Subway store, and this is the computer store. This guy owns all of this land here. So when we were redoing his sidewalk, I was talking to him about this alley here. And I said, what if you gave these two parcels to the town and we paved a new street down through there and maintained that for you? Would you be open to that? He said, yes. So if you think about if we can find the money next year to pave the Charles Street parking lot and we can get an easement here from our friends at Frontier, we could pave this street here, add some additional parking for downtown in this area. His dumpster could be moved over here. We would clean up this mess, create a secondary access and 2 more parking areas. is that a project you'd be interested in? That would clean up that area a lot.
Could we make
Yeah,
that whole other thing just parking
Well, it's a thought, yeah.
instead, and then just have the alley up? If you're going to clean that out.
Oh, yeah, just make this a
make
parking
that
lot
all
and,
All parking.
yeah, maybe. If it's something you're interested in, we'll have our engineering guys take a look at a couple options. I'll circle back with the gentleman, and make sure he's okay with that, but that takes that off of his property tax bill. And all that maintenance, he's no longer,
Make it nicer for getting Subway sandwiches, let me tell you,
it would,
and regular parking.
yeah, yeah,
Or parking for the new restaurant.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
And you talked about outdoor seating?
we did. He said he might invest in some outdoor seating if we did that, so it depends on what we decide to do with that. If that, we could eliminate that as a street, make that just a walking alley,
Yeah,
maybe sidewalk type.
Well, they park for the business behind it here.
Yeah, that's right. They use this for
Yeah.
business, so we'd have to provide access some way for them.
I've seen art projects.
Art? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if that looks good to you, then I will keep this in here as a potential project for next year, and when we get that 500,000 back, by the time we get that back, we could apply it to this project then.
okay.
Okay, so end of the, everything looks good. I projected out here for all of the funds. You'll see that we have, bottom line is end of year balance. All of these funds are showing nice balances at the end of the year. So we've built in some really nice buffer, I think. And I'm sorry, I don't have it split right. So you can see all these are TIFs. It's the funds that we pull from are edits and 4436. What the heck is that?
Fun number.
What's that?
That's a fun number.
I know it's a fun number. Which one?
Which edit though?
Six is edit.
Edit. Oh, that's all one column. I see what I'm doing here. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't have my glasses on. MVH funds are local road and street funds, Cume Cap development and stormwater, and then all of our TIF funds. So we're staying within our budget on all of these here, and so we've got some room there. If some other projects come up, we can fund. Okay, so moving on to any questions on the projects and how those are funded? Moving
We
on.
figure out where we're gonna land with the, golf course fund?
Yes, that is, that's all. Okay, well, Alex, who is going to get me something last week.
I've got a real pretty ordinance.
Do you?
Yeah,
It's pretty.
it's pretty.
Okay, we're going to apparently transfer all those funds into the rainy day fund, and from that rainy day fund, those monies will be used for the, they're scheduled to be used for the, as part of the 1.6 million for Bloomingdale to Earthway.
Okay.
That's how they'll be used.
Is there were allegations of illegal funding,
Of what?
of using that money illegally on social media?
Well, that's the reason we have an attorney.
I know. Miss Hall posted that up there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well,
Tell her to pick on Goshen,
Oh,
hey,
Elkhart, wherever she lives.
you know, I'm always willing to learn something new, and I'm sure Alex is too. If she has a particular ordinance or statute that says it's illegal for us to use that, I'd love to hear.
Elizabeth,
I think,
Same way.
Yeah.
Always happy to learn a lesson.
Yeah,
okay, so we'll spend a little time going through all the major budgets here. What I sent you, or what was in the meeting packet, was virtually every line, but that's been updated a little bit since then. This is updated as of today. Something that'll happen, a couple things will happen before you will have a chance, or before you want to approve the budget. Baker Tilly will be going through all the TIF funds with us, September 1st. The first meeting in September, our RDC meeting, so we'll have that updated. And I believe they'll have our comprehensive financial plan updated with the new budget numbers before the end of September. So we'll have we'll make sure that all the numbers that I've plugged in here as far as revenue numbers are accurate. Okay. Let's start at the bottom. And what this is showing is based on what we're predicting our revenue will be, is that we are underspending the general fund by $166,000. So in other words, we're well within our revenues. We've reduced our general fund budget by $55,000 for next year. Those reductions are coming there's been increases. So most of our salaries are in here. And salary increases are between 2% and 4%, depending upon the employee, and that's for Steve as well as our side. We've not done across the board increases. We've been a little bit more selective on how we've applied the increases. Major savings on health, medical, and other insurance costs. Our experience this year has been really good. So what's 3% increase for next year? That's very modest. Some savings there. I pulled 70,000 out of, we reduced the hydrant fund expense out of general fund by 70 grand, you can see, and that's moving some of those expense to TIF district. So in other words, we've offset our increases in salary by making cuts elsewhere in the general fund. That's how we kept this thing within balance. Anything you want to talk specifically about the general fund? Public safety lit, we have this for one more year at least, and we pull a couple salaries for Steve's department out of here, some training supplies, repairs. You can see the list down through there. And, pretty much spending what we plan to take in for this next year. I'll keep going unless there's questions. Edit is an important fund for us. I'm not sure what's going to happen to that after this next year, but we are in good shape for now. This is one fund I can estimate what we'll have at the end of next year, and we should have about 300,000 left there after next year, so we can fund one more year out of edit if that money happens to go away. We pull a lot of project expenses out of here, engineering and project expenses typically. So I've got 100,000 for engineering services. No projects are being pulled out of this for next year, at least at this point. Cume Cap Fire, that'll be around for a while. That's pretty much police stuff at this time. Our motor vehicle highway funds, we are in black on all of these funds. End of the year balances will be good. This is the regular NVH fund. The local road and street fund will have about 200,000 left at the end of next year. We're 4,000 under our revenue, or in the black. Restricted fund, again, will have a nice balance at the end of the year there. So let's see what local road and streets, we've got 40,000 in there for resurfacing, a little bit of money for street signs. Restricted funds, we're using that for some projects. That would be on the project fund. Park budget, the main budget, they are 5,000 black, essentially balanced budget. Their revenue, their expenses matching their revenue. They're projecting $20,000 for a project come out of their it's like a Cume project fund. And here's all of our TIF budgets. Every TIF budget, almost everyone. These are budgets that occasionally will not spend money out, or not very much, to build up a balance, and we'll hit it with a big project. So GDT up north, that has a significant obligation for a reimbursement program. That'll be in the neighborhood of 240,000 next year. Tip South, that's our big one that we spend, we fund quite a few things out of that. So that will be in the red next year, but still at the end of the year, I'm projecting 1.2 million balance left there. The North Tip will be, I don't. I'm not sure I'm spending anything. What's that 14,000? No, that's the revenue. So I'm not spending anything on North next year. East Tip, that's starting to generate some nice revenue for us. We're pulling some projects of that. Seahawk one, again, that one's generating some nice revenue as well. That may compete with South Tip for long. Rail Park is another one that's, $700,000 a year. That's a nice little check from those guys.
Yeah.
The Valmont Thor Industries, this is the one where Shelby is in. Shelby's attributing for quite a bit of that 200,000. Yeah, that's because I think there's a abatement on the Valmont. So that fund will grow in time as well. Bottom line, add all those together, we're $500,000 in the bank that we're not spending the first. MS4 budget, simple budget, that's every year we spend about the same. We pay a little bit of Tim's salary out of that because he's our MS4 coordinator. And he got a little bit in there for some projects that we may do for maintenance of retention areas. Cemetery, that's almost a profit center for us.
Yeah.
We took the tax rate away from that about 5 years ago. And you can see that our revenue is almost what our expenses are projected to be. We're about 4,000, and that's estimated revenues. The new software doesn't have it tracked well. So 2026 year to date, we earned $13,000 from lot sales and closing fees. So I just estimated 15,000 for next year, but obviously it could be quite a bit more. So we could be a break even or a profit center for us without any tax revenue there.
Nice.
Yeah. This is the first year we've done water sewer budgets. This the experiment. We'll see how this incorporates the current rates for water and sewer. On the water side, we're showing a $500,000 income or revenue over expense. Somewhat similar, well, a little bit lower on the sewer side. We're a little tighter there at 16,000. That's pretty tight. So that's primarily your budget. Everything is in so far. So let's go through Baker Tilly. There's a whole thing. We need to maximize the levy or we lose it, that sort of thing. But is there anything that you want to take a closer look at? On the salary side, in the executive session, we're going to talk a little bit more about salaries and employee possible benefits. And I can pull up the salary spreadsheet on the town side if you want to take a closer look at each of those.
Any questions?
No.
Okay.
We
Looks good, thank you.
I was going to cut the legal funding on the general fund and go with AI, but I decided to go with real intelligence. Stay with that.
And we're greatly appreciative.
Okay, our minds to AI.
The real intelligence.
Yeah.
AI Alex one.
Yeah.
And we were, and I know I've said this before, but it bears saying again, that we were not affected as much by Senate Bill 1 as other municipalities that are a strong manufacturing industrial base. We still have to survive the change with the local income taxes. At this point,
Good.
you notice the healthy tip balances mean that we can move a lot of the police into that as well, which, you know, that's half of our general fund is police expense.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
I had a couple questions on the budget report that you had on the appropriations. I noticed that you've got two areas, for example, for street signs, street lights, and the flag, and then you've got another area down at the bottom, that says street lights, street signs, and flag. And I was wondering why we have, two up there. You've got it for 2027. One of them says $2,000 and one says $1,000. It's on page 4.
Well, here, I've got it on the screen, so there's.
If you look at the bottom of the appropriations,
Which report are you looking at?
oh, I'm looking at the one you sent us, the budget report, calculations as of 12/31/26.
The one I sent you in the email?
Yes,
Yeah. I don't know.
well, I'm looking at that department requested on
Oh, I think I see it.
27.
I see it. It's on the screen. So up here, we have street signs, lights, light pole, there's $2,000 there.
And
Then
then,
it's duplicated down below,
yes,
with another $1,000. That is interesting.
yes,
441 and
and
42,
44,
30.
41, and 4235.
Yeah. Well, one of those will go away.
It could be that the descriptions were different at one time
Mm,
and maybe they got copied over. Like they were split, maybe one was street signs and one was lamp posts.
I see. Well,
So we'll
that
take-
makes sense.
We'll take a look at that.
Let's see, there was something else too. 4840. Oh, I gotta find it. 5324 and 4840. Bear with me, guys. You know me in accounting.
We can't start for another 3 minutes for executive session. We got plenty of time.
I wrote down. Oh, this is on 1101-001. -01, okay. 4313.
Recording.
I don't
fees
know
and
why
links.
I wrote that down. Oh, no, the other one I'm asking about on here is, now I remember, Humane Society, 4315.
Yes, they,
You've got
they went
4840, but then they raised it to 5324,
Yes.
and for 27, it shows the request is for 4840.
no, now it's, well,
It's
in yours
page
it
one.
does, ours now, the new one, the one that I have. shows
They just sent that to us yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right, I was
Yeah,
wondering,
we
So,
just
yeah.
got we just got the new contract
That's
yesterday.
right. I just updated that today.
okay,
That's
that's it.
pretty modest.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he's,
we paid that 4840 for what, 3-4 years now?
Yeah. something like that. Okay.
Okay,
I'm done.
okay. Thank you, Kathy. Anybody else?
No.
Okay. Nothing under clerk treasurer, nothing under Alex. Alex, unless you have anything? Okay. If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that.
Motion by Tony,
Second.
second by Kathy, all in favor?
I-
Okay. Less than half an hour. Nice.
Right.